Today we're going to look at inventories and how to record stock ledger cards for the FIFO method and also the weight average method. So the transactions is here on the right, and I'm just going to do a purchase on the 6th of July and a sales on the 8th of August. So here you see on top is my FIFO card. In both instances, I've already put in a balance that we have 80 units on hand. So I go straight to the balance column, 80 units at cost price $10 each. So the value of the stock is 800. So when it comes to weight average, it works the same. The balance at this stage is there we've got our 80 units. They are all $10 each, and it gives me $800 in value. So you can see I'm starting both systems with a value of stock at $800. You'll also see when we do weight average, I normally leave it to 5 decimals because we are going to work with the weight average. 5 decimals is important and not to round it off to the closest dollar. So we have our opening balances, and now if I look at the transactions chronologically, the first one comes up, it's the 6th of July. It says a purchase. I go to the FIFO first and I go there 6. Under my particulars I write purchase. Because we're buying, our stock is increasing, I go to the in column. What did we buy? We bought 250 units at $11. So I'll put it in there, 250 units at $11, give me a total value of 2,750. So on the 6th, what is the value of the stock in the shop? Now, FIFO is normally used for perishable goods. For example, milk that will go off. And you'll see supermarkets like Coles, Woolies, they normally pack the products closest to their sell-by date in front for the customers to take that out first. So these stock were normally bought first, and they're trying to get rid of it as well before the newer stock. So what is our balance? We had 80. With FIFO, we keep those two types of stock because they bought at different prices, $11 there, $10 there. Under FIFO, we keep them separately. So I still have the 80 units at $10, and I now add this into it, and I keep them separate. So if you look at this, we have in total 330 units, but FIFO say we keep the older stock separate from the new stock. If we look at our weight average system, we still purchase 250 units at $11. So I still go the 6, I still write purchases, still in column, and I just put the details there. So you can see weight average and FIFO in the in column at this stage is exactly the same. Weight average is normally non-perishable goods. Say, for example, CDs or DVDs or shoes that you're selling. So it doesn't really matter because they don't have a sell-by date. So what do we do here? We add the total amount of quantity of the item together. So here we say the 80 plus the 250 gives us the 330 units. Weight average, we got to do a calculation, and I've done it here on the right. The volume of the items we have that is more, their price per unit will carry a bigger weight. So how do we do the calculation? I've just copied what I had there before. I copy the new stock that I bought, and now I say 80 units plus 250 gives me 330 units. I work out the value, 80 times 10 gives me 800. 250 times 11 gives me 2,750, and I add these two together to get $3,550. I now say this amount, and if you look at my formula there, you can see, it's not on the screen though, you can see I say there, this 2,750 divided, the 3,350 divided by the 330 gives me a weight average value for those items. And like I said, I use it and don't round it off to the closest dollar, but keep it to 5 decimals. And it's this amount in red that I now put in there. Where did I get the 350? 80 plus 250 gives me the 350. What is the cost per unit? Weight average. We've done the calculation. You can see the 250 units carries a bigger weight than the 80 units. right? So that's why that price has increased to $10.75758. And I put that amount in red, and now I say 330 times that gives me the value of my stock. And here you can see it is slightly different to the FIFO method. There we keep the stock separately. Now, what happens when we sell? So chronologically, the 15th, no, the 8th of August comes first. So we sell 270 units. In the weight average, it's easy. We go 8th of August, we issue, or some of you can write sale. We issue, so I go to the out column. I take the 270 units, and there is the cost price value. I put that in, and now I calculate how much am I selling. In other words, how much is leaving the warehouse. And what is my balance left? 330 less 270 gives me the 60 at that price, and that's the value of my stock. When we look at FIFO, when it comes to selling, we first want to get rid of the old stock. So I take the complete old stock out of the system and sell them, give that to the customers first. So we have to give them 270. So I get rid of the 80. There, I've put it in. So how much do I still have to give them? 270 minus the 80 means I have to give them another 190 units, and this time we take it of the newer or fresh stock. So there you can see, there's my 270. In weight average, it's just one amount. Here I split it up because we're getting rid of the old stock first. And if you look at the balance, there's nothing of the old stock left. How much stock do we have left? The 250 minus the 190 gives me $60 left at $11 each. So my stock value is 660. You can now see the balance with the different methods are also different. And that's a basic explanation between the difference of using FIFO and weight average.